So this is going to be a review of the general problems in Company of Heroes 3 in its current state. I'll be going over many of the missing key features and lack of effort put in by the devs making this game. Devs, if you see this video, understand that this is me doing a comedy bit. Don't take it personally, and I want you to do better with this game, because I want it to succeed. But as of right now, this game is a horrifically fucking unacceptable dumpster fire. Before I get started though, I wanted to take the time to say thanks for the overwhelmingly positive responses I received from the last video. Seriously, glad I wasn't the only one thinking that Company of Heroes 3 is Axis copium and the Discord is full of ass-kissing, circle-jerking weebs and Wheraboos. Plus, the positive comments help keeps the Axis copium in check. Now, for anyone who disagreed with me, but kept it respectful in the comments, hey, I appreciate the counter-argument. I have no bad blood between you, and I respectfully disagree with you and agree on some of your points. But at the same time, we're 100% cool, and I hope that we can play, matches in the future. Now, for you Axis-loving, body pillow-hugging, SS, ja mein Sturmenführer wannabes that can't run 2 miles to save your fucking life, but think you're Nazi German material, at the same time having woefully underage anime girls on your laptop because you're a fucking freak of nature, keep getting mad. I haven't had this much of a laugh in a long time, and every time I hop into Discord and Messenger to chat with my friends, we're having a good laugh with your comments at your fucking expense, and helps prove my point that Company of Heroes 3 is an Axis circle jerk salt fest and elitism, especially with these asinine comments that I'm guessing you're desperately in hopes of getting under my skin. Keep it up, because your copium helps me laugh when I'm bored. Plus, I know I'm living in your head rent-free with my dick in your mouth, bitches. Also, before I hear Allies is OP one more fucking time, but you only play Axis and never venture out of Axis, editor, could you show the weebs the patch notes real quick saying Allies are underpowered that the devs wrote?
Read, nigga, read!
So for you salty Wheraboos and Company of Hero elitists that cope harder than your declining player numbers, cry harder, bitch, because this train's only gonna keep going. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Immediately, there are glaring issues with Company of Heroes 3. Gameplay, quality of life, terrible vehicle pathing being a huge problem. This will cause you to lose games. If you tell a tank to back up a tiny bit, with or without hotkeys, the vehicle will sit there, pause like it's stuck in fucking dial-up mode, make eye contact with you, the player, as you sit in your fucking chair, pleading, begging the vehicle to stop going full Riri, then wiggle its vulnerable ass harder than an internet Twitch e-thought dancing for greasy dollar bills. Devs, I feel like you left this shit in as a dark joke because you love players raging over shitty pathing like in Company of Heroes 2. If you did this, well fucking played. You got us. If not, fix your fucking game. Next up, we have units not moving after giving multiple commands, especially if you're trying to have them repair vehicles, set up mines, build emplacements, or capture points. After you clicked on them 50 fucking times, and they sit there looking at you like you're a dumb fuck. Or issues with units moving to your commands, then all of a sudden stopping in the middle of an open field for no good reason. This is completely game breaking. Imagine giving a command to repair your low health tank, or move units to link up to the front line as you're desperately holding the VP, then turn around and see the engineers right next to the tank and refusing to repair, costing you the vehicle, or units stuck in base refusing to move up to the VP. It's victory point for you non-Company of Heroes players. That shit's frustrating, man, and it will cost you games. Another point, when ordering units to slightly change direction while they are on the move or to attack a target, the unit will pause, stop, and think before moving, which lets enemy vehicles or units run to safety when they should have been able to be wiped, which would have guaranteed a victory in the early game, which is fucking bullshit. Next up, game-breaking bugs are everywhere and very noticeable in this game, causing broken matches, where you think you're winning the fight only to find out that the enemy team has exploited a resource bug, giving them a shit ton of fuel and munis. Then, for your short-term victory to be easily met by a G when the enemy rushes out infinite tanks. Next up is noticeable unit input delay. For some reason, when you try to tell units to move, it takes them 1 to 2 seconds for them to start going after the command, just so units can play a unique movement animation, unlike in Company of Heroes 2, where unit movements were snappy and as fast as you could click. This can honestly be fucking annoying at times, especially coming from Code 2 where unit movements were quick, snappy, and fluent. It leads to movements where you need to guess when the enemy is tossing a grenade beforehand to dodge in time. I have gotten used to it, but I wouldn't have been as frustrated if the devs had come out and said this is a purposeful gameplay feature instead of feeling like it is slow movement or lag. Whoo, big one, lack of proper anti-cheat. I've already noticed map hackers, fog of war hackers that will see your units through the fog of war, especially especially, surprise, surprise, from our Chinese player base. Before someone says that's racist, legitimately click on a Chinese player account and you're gonna see some kind of fucking vac ban. I've had a match where the enemy team spammed 8 rads, and every time I moved my bazooka squad into position to counter or attack his 8 rad blob, he would avoid those units harder than a medieval peasant avoiding the fucking bubonic plague. Then proceeds to back out to safety and wait for my bazookas to run to the complete opposite side of the map before he would attack me again. And before someone says, well, you know what, he's just a good player and he knew everything, blah 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 blah, fucking excuses. This motherfucker did this with no vision whatsoever on my units. In a competitive multiplayer game, this kind of rampant cheating is a problem. Unacceptable, since the co-competitive scene has communicated with the developers on the current issues with cheating and have known about the map hack issues. But it has been hard to prove with the lack of proper anti-cheat. Even some of the pros have been known to use hacks on their Smurf accounts to test cheat options. Now, before the salty co-players say, there are no cheats, just get good at the game, AECOH made a video banning a player from the tournament due to his high possibility of cheating, and admits that cheating is hard to detect. Lack of maps. Lack of maps. Devs, why? In a RTS game, you need maps. Not only to keep players entertained and invested, but constantly allowing them to learn the environment to their advantage, making it a rewarding experience with each match. At the current launch of Company of Heroes 3, 5 1v1 maps exist. Really 4, because one of them never ends up in the fucking rotation. And apparently the fucking pro players get access to a map that we haven't been able to touch yet, so you know, fuck the regular people. 4 2v2 maps, 2 3v3 maps, and 2 4v4 maps. So if you play team games, you know, fuck you for having friends, because guess what? You guys are gonna have all fucking day to learn the same map over and over and over and over and over until the fucking game burns out. And before someone says, no, it's 3 3v3 maps, shut the fuck up. One of the 3v3 maps is a cut down version of a fucking 4v4 map. Talk about pure laziness. The breach mechanic. Company of Heroes bragged about the breach mechanic being a worthwhile and fun gameplay feature. How it would punish players for dick riding houses like in Code 2. Well, that was a fucking lie, because all you have to do is hop out of the house before that fragmentation grenade love taps you and hop right back in, causing the player to waste 30 munis and look like a fucking idiot. It's like, haha, still my fucking house, bitch. Back to the co-forms with you. Back, I say. I mean, why fucking make devlog videos highlighting and bragging about the feature if it sucks ass in actual game? Now we're gonna double back real quick. Relic, about the player colors. I think I understand why you did this, which I'm guessing it was to reduce toxicity in the co-community, because with the color system, it's harder to find players' names and grief them after a match, which we will be getting into this topic now, leading to conversations like this. Hey Tom, are you magenta? Oh no, I believe I'm the pink one. No, I am a pink. Oh, I guess I'm teal. Actually, you look more like an aquamarine to me. Can I just say blue? No, the Russian is a dark blue one. Da, do not take my color. This is so fucking stupid. Next up is toxicity. The Company of Heroes franchise has some of the most worthless and toxic human beings I have ever seen in my life. Almost worse than a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. Not to mention the Company of Heroes elitists that know everything about the game, but will never be a top level player or in co-tournaments. My veteran Company of Hero players know what I'm talking about. You join a match with a toxic douchebag elitist, and if he's beating you, he's screaming noob and kill yourself in the fucking chat, but as soon as you turn the tide, it's you had no skill, I'm reporting you, you must be a hacker. Then some kind of verbal abuse towards your mother, or just calling me hard Nigerian bombs. I mean, look at this sad piece of shit. All I told this motherfucker was GG, and look how mad he gets.
Victory point.
Now for us longtime players, you just grow a thick layer of skin and just get over it, or just don't respond. If we're being honest though, the toxicity is chasing away new players. A franchise only grows if new players are added to the group and old players are willing to help them out, or befriend them. And with the rampant toxic player base that loves to gatekeep any new blood because you got no fucking skill. Yeah, fuck you, you fucking nerd. They are accomplishing killing their favorite game very fast. If you're thinking to yourselves I'm full of shit, check the negative comments of the last video I posted of me saying Company of Heroes 3 is unbalanced. Then check how many of them have German Wheraboos gamer tags, or act like the greatest fucking players in the world, but never seen them in a fucking tournament. Next up is the lack of effort put into the game menu and UI. I mean, with Code 2, you had menu music for each faction you selected, different moving backgrounds for each faction, able to watch your replays, look at intel bulletins that could slightly buff infantry or vehicles, tailoring your playstyle, and telling your enemy, hey, I might spam Pathfinders. And you could win matches by going the exact opposite and throwing off the enemy team, because their build was tailored along countering what they incorrectly thought you were going for. The intel bulletins even had interesting historical facts attached to them. Great fucking effort from the Code 2 devs. Then there's Code 3. You know, you get Adobe Flash Art as a menu that has no effort, boring gray colors with store options hanging above them because, you know, buy my fucking skins. They're really cool, guys. They're really cool skins. It's only $59.99. Just, you know, I want you to buy my skins and pull down your pants and get ass fucked. It's a fucking good deal, right? Wow, devs. You're really blowing everybody away with your in-game menu that looks like, you know, a 5-year-old put that shit together. Congratulations. Devs. You cannot push a in-game store when your full game is not completed yet. You know what that tells me, devs? That tells me that you're already jumping ship. You're just trying to milk the last little bit of teats from this fucking cash cow before you abandon the fucking program and you leave us in the dust. Fucking scummy. It's wrong. It's completely wrong. A direct message to the devs. You want this game to succeed? Here's my recommendation. Issue a apology video. Explain what went wrong, who the culprits behind the laziness of this game were, why so many delays with nothing accomplished, and remove all the fucking PR logo from it. Seriously, do not bullshit me. Be real to your fans and yourselves. Get rid of the store until the game is a acceptable title, or reduce the skins to an acceptable price range of 99 cents to $3 because your skins have zero fucking effort in them. I guarantee you the modding community could make better skins faster, and they do that shit for free because those skins ain't worth ass. And it might, just might, even save your fucking game, and you can make something great out of this. It could be the greatest comeback of all fucking time, because right now you're sitting on a 48% on Steam. That should worry you. Everybody looks at the fucking Steam reviews, and it's saying you're ass, you smell like ass, you look like ass, and you fucking taste like ass, and nobody wants to eat ass unless it's tolerable. Finally, there is one positive I can mention. Some of your voice actors and scriptwriters need to pat themselves on the back. Good job. Whoever voiced in this game, some of your lines give me a legitimate chuckle. I feel like you guys hired Bradley D. Baker to do some of the voice lines for the Wehrmacht Pioneer or the DAT Commander. If I'm correct, hey Mr. Baker, sir, thank you for bringing me years of laughter with your voice. Between being Heinrich in Kids Next Door when I was a kid, Klaus off American Dad, or the Clone Troopers off of Star Wars, you're one of the many voice actors that motivated me to start voice acting, and getting a German accent down out of a dozen of other voices I've done. I was even able to write and voice act a couple of hit skits on my TikTok account, getting my work millions of views. Sir, thank you very much for the years of entertainment again. God gave you a talent and you've used it to great effect. That's pretty much it. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks. I usually focus on comedy skits, but if there's another bad game someone wants me to review, go for it and ask. Because honestly, I'm legitimately tired of seeing the same bullshit every year. Someone did say to me, what's the point in writing a review on shitty games? That's child's play. My reason being is that shitty games will only continue to be more of human fecal matter if no one honestly speaks up and writes an honest review. Look at the Call of Duty franchise. It used to be the pinnacle of first-person shooters. How many review sites legitimately give them perfect scores each year, but you know it's bullshit? There was a time when Call of Duty was excellent, and after years of successful titles and infinite praise, they got sloppier and lazier with each iteration, with no one really taking the time to be brutally honest with it. Now it's just a hollow, worn-out shell of itself. All you have to do is look at Call of Duty Vanguard to see how little fucks the Call of Duty developers give, and I'm gonna get to that game one day. And it's honestly just as much as the fans' fault because they still buy the game en masse, and that's personally what I'm trying to avoid with the Company of Heroes franchise. I'm gonna be honest with it, I'm gonna be brutal with it, and hopefully it can fucking save it, because I do not want another Call of Duty in my life. Alright, that's it.